Alright guys, if you're new here, we are on a mission to church up our little mini Jeeps. We're turning them into four-wheel drive, flipping, ultimate go-kart things. They're gonna be freaking sick. And really the last things we have to get these things done is on this list. Clearly, the list is not that long, it's getting pretty close. So we decided to pick the hardest thing on the list and knock it out first and then go hard to easier because we like our vegetables first. So easily the hardest thing we have to do is the steering.
Get too crazy on this steering, we needed to know where the gas tank was going to sit, because after we extended this frame we have all this real estate to work with. So we turned, normally this gas tank sat right here above the motor, so we turned it backwards and it actually fits in there pretty dang good, leaves room for our drive line, our exhaust pipe, our steering arm, fuel lines, and everything else. Seemed like it would work pretty dang good, so we got to mount it in this area, make a piece so it can come out and back in so it's not locked in there forever. And I think that stock gas tank's actually going to work perfectly here. And that is awesome because that means we don't have to make a new gas tank with a sending unit and a pickup and vents and a fill cap and all that stuff that goes into it.
Ran into a problem with the 1000. These Heim joints that we got for the steering have like no misalignment because there's no misalignment spacer. But if you put a misalignment spacer on it, it's got a lot more that it can kind of play. Anyways, you'll see more about it later, but this is like the 8th thing we've needed a lathe for. We said, screw it, we're gonna mock it up in the drill press. So we have one of these spacers in a bolt because it's 1/2 inch and it's too big to fit in this chuck. And we're gonna turn this thing on and cut it with a saw so it's nice and thin, and we're gonna make 4 misalignment spacers out of these little shock bushings.
I hope you know that ain't gonna cut it.
It's gonna cut it perfect.
Absolutely not.
I'll show you guys.
I can just let me get the grinder in there.
Give Alex the grinder.
Watch this.
Watch your eye. And that is how you lathe something without having a lathe.
Dude, if we had a lathe, I'm serious, stuff would be so much better around here. A lathe and some sort of like CNC lathe or something. Like, so we're not working with a grinder and a dream.
Do you have to be wearing those glasses?
Absolutely. Safety's first. What the flip?
Can we get him some different ones at least?
Yeah.
What's wrong with these?
At least wear them right.
I can't really see anything.
I know they're all the way stretched out to fit around your head, but...
Now that's what we were looking for right there. We actually got a ton done on this 1000, and you guys are gonna see what we needed these for. But before these come into play, we had to build this whole rack thing that the hood latches actually bolt onto these from the body. And then from that, we put our carrier bearing for our steering shaft on that. So we're all nice and solid here. And the steering shaft that goes to our steering wheel is going through that to another carrier bearing here. We're gonna do like a pitman arm off of this one, a pitman arm off of this one, because this is the stock one. And then we're gonna have these Heims that go to each of these that are gonna turn this baby.
It'll probably make more sense when it's on.
Yeah, that was a lot. But you guys are gonna see how it's done once we get our steering shaft that's longer than a foot.
I gotta show you something. So it's louder than you would think here in the shop usually, and I get going on something, and like I make a mark on it, and I'm about to cut it, and then I can't find my earplugs ever, and these things like just disappear. So I was like, you know what? I'm sick of trying to find my earplugs, so bought like 100 pack of these flipping things, so I never have to look for them. But I kind of found out after buying 100 of them, these things are awful, actually. And something that's a big improvement from these is these. These are Raycon's everyday earbuds. We use them in the shop all the time because they have active noise cancellation. So they're kind of like an earplug, but you can also listen to music and be vibing while you're grinding or welding or even just hanging out like Alex does. The cool thing about these Raycons is they have all these cool features and they start at like half the price of some of these expensive earbuds.
Probably my favorite feature about these is the quick charge function, because I always forget to plug mine in. 10 minutes of charging is going to get you 90 minutes of battery.
These puppies would be a great Christmas gift, and if they don't love them as much as we do, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee.
I've been rolling around with the black set with this like space snow gray looking case, and the sick thing about the case is it will still let me wirelessly charge them. So if you want to get a set of these for you or a freaking good gift, go to our link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/peckbros. You'll get 25% off site-wide. Go to buyraycon.com/peckbros. Thank you so much, Raycon, for supporting our channel and sponsoring today's video.
All right, something huge just got checked off the list here. The gas tank is mounted. It clears everything. It works. It's in the perfect spot. And we were able to keep the factory gas tank in this thing. It's just turned backwards. I had to build the cradle that came down and caught the bottom part of where the tank actually was originally mounted to come across and come back up to our frame rail. And then this piece fits in here and is removable so the tank can actually come out.
Does it actually come? Because that got all welded in, didn't it?
Yeah. I haven't tested that yet. To be honest, I don't know if it will or not. Oh, fuck.
Oh, not really.
Hold on.
Just gotta get it
It's
past
so
this.
close. There it is.
Oh!
Barely.
Red usually takes a while to do stuff, but his crap always works. So it's kind of a give and take.
So all of that work went into mounting this gas tank so we knew exactly where our steering shaft could actually come up so we can build whatever has to happen to get steering input from here up to here.
Hopefully this year's Christmas tree harvest doesn't go like last year's.
Well, that's an axle shaft.
What? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we didn't bring any spare axle shafts, so we can't have cave driving.
But yeah, we're up here to grab a Christmas tree because there's absolutely no Christmas spirit in the shop, and it's flipping December. There needs to be some Christmas spirit in the shop.
Luckily, Dad lent us his Jeep without knowing because my Jeep's not finished. Caleb and Alex broke the mini truck. Caleb's Jeep's out of gas. And Alex's Jeep, I don't even want to talk about that one. Maybe we'll show you what's going on with that later.
When you say Caleb and Alex broke the mini truck, Alex was driving. Caleb was just a bystander.
Yeah, you were with me, though, and you told me to floor it.
I did not. Hang on, that one looks pretty good.
We gotta carry it.
You got that, little brother?
Yeah, we're good. For everybody asking, we are doing a podcast. We promised everybody that we'd start our podcast after we hit 100,000 subs, and it came like way faster than we were planning on. But the podcast is going to be up here, and we're obviously not finished like pimping it out up here to start it, but that's coming as soon as we can get it to you guys.
I forgot. I threw away the lights last year because they quit working.
Why did I have a feeling that was the case?
Yeah, well, that's like most of our stuff. It don't work. This will have to work for now.
All right, we ran into a problem. This 1-inch DOM that we bought, for whatever reason, doesn't fit into this 1-inch diameter bore carrier bearing. So we couldn't use this DOM that we had. So we had to run a bunch of it over to our machinist buddy, and he put it on his lathe and machined it down so it fits perfect. So we've got one of these for the 1000 and one of them for the 500. So we should be dialed as far as these go. But now after having these, we slid this one into where it goes in the 1000, and it runs in to our filler neck, if you can see that. So yeah, that's a problem that I don't know what exactly we're gonna do, but we're running into that issue. But we do have some freaking cool news.
I built these things.
It's like a steering wheel handlebar mix.
But look how cool this is. You've got the brake on the back side of that one. So you've got a brake, throttle, probably have our kill switches right here.
That is sick.
On the fly 4-wheel drive button.
Yep, 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive. And it's actually gonna have the same clamp system that the Scrambler or the Sportsman came with. So you can take these off when we bend this shaft because we were falling out.
We were debating on whether or not to run pedals or hand controls. And after some consideration, there's not enough room for pedals to like actually put them in comfortably. And I kind of think if you're, in there getting thrown around and really like, mobbing in it, it's probably going to be more controllable if you have hand controls.
You guys are killing it on the 1000. The 500 is not going quite as good as this one. Because I just ran into a problem that is self-inflicted that I just made that I solved yesterday. I've got 2 problems on the 500. First one is I'm an idiot and cut that too short. I don't know what I was thinking there.
That's how it goes on that.
Yeah. The other problem is I built this whole cradle thing to house the cowl of the mini Jeep as well as this carrier bearing and tie all the frame in together, welded it all up, and I don't think that the gas tank's coming out.
No.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
To be honest, I came over, I'm like, I don't see any problem.
Same here.
I worked so hard yesterday making it so that thing could be removable, and I think I just literally all that went out the window.
Have you tried to take it out yet?
No.
It still might come out.
It'd be a freaking miracle if that thing comes out. Put that bracket in there too, and that's probably part of our problem.
Which new bracket?
This bracket that holds the gas tank. I want to know one thing. Have you guys tried to take the gas tank out of yours?
I don't think so. And we're not gonna either.
No, it's staying in there. And if it doesn't come out, it's Polaris's fault.
I'm sure it came out before you churched it up.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh my.
Oh, dude, I didn't think that was coming out. I honestly didn't.
That was the second nail biter with that flipping. You need to quit putting more stuff in there.
No, I'm just trying to tie it all together, make it tough.
I'm impressed. Again, something that Brady took a while on, but still works. That wouldn't have worked if it was me.
we got our steering shaft with this flange here I made to convert it to a regular steering wheel. And it's all TIG welded on front and back. If this thing fits, we should be good.
Oh,
We should be good to weld everything up because I think it's good to go. I'm waiting on Alex to be done with the welder, so I'm gonna dig into this gear selector. Originally it was right here, which is too far. You'd have to like stretch clear out here to change gears. So I'm gonna move it back here where the frame kind of dips in like this, and then the floor will just follow it and cover this whole thing. So essentially I've got to go from here, where the gear selector needs to get to right here.
okay, today's the day. By the end of the day, both of these things should steer with their own steering wheel. This should literally move those tires. Okay, here is where we see if our steering system we built here is going to not hit anything and turn the tires. Wait.
It's broken.
Oh, I've had it.
That was gonna happen.
A few moments later.
All right, welds are fixed.
See if we can bust it again.
Dude.
That does not turn very much on the steering wheel.
Dude.
Oh my heck, dude, this thing steers.
Look at how little the steering is.
That's kind of cool.
That's going to be really terrifying going fast.
Yeah, that's going to be horrible going fast.
Dude, with the electric steering on.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that is nuts.
I can't believe how fast that is. That's pretty cool.
Dude, that worked way better than I was hoping.
I'm dying to turn the power steering on and see what that feels like.
That one ain't the only one with steering now.
Oh, no way. Dude, that is so cool.
I'm not gonna lie, this thing's kind of hard to steer. Well, really hard to steer, and it's most likely because all of the geometry that I figured out is wrong. But this four-wheeler never had power steering to begin with, so we ordered up an electronic power steering kit for this 500 from Wild Boar ATV Parts, and we literally built everything up on top of that. So when that thing's hooked up and that's working, this thing should steer like butter. So a huge shout out to Wild Boar ATV Parts for hooking this thing up, because this thing would be absolutely egg salad without that kit.
All right, we hooked everything up, and now we can test the electronic power steering on this 1000. Oh my gosh.
Dude, that's so smooth.
Is there a lot of input?
I mean, all you turn is there to there. That's lock to lock.
Is it like easy to steer?
One hand.
One hand? It's like almost exactly with the tire, like like look at the lines, dude.
That's crazy.
Then you've got your throttle right there. Brake will be right here. Dude,
This is gonna be cool.
I would say that the steering is probably the biggest hurdle to jump over with both of these builds. So the fact that they're pretty much 99% steering is is just feeling good. All right, guys, there's 8 days left to get entered to win our brand new mini Jeep and $1,000 cash. All you've got to do is hop on our website, pegbrothersoffroad.com, and anything you buy on the website will get you entered to win this mini Jeep. This is our brand new winter wheeling hoodie, and it is selling like hotcakes. So I don't know how much longer it's going to be in stock. So if you want that hoodie, you're going to have to jump on it. We also restocked the I've Had It t-shirts. They're back in stock, and the steel hoodies are back in stock. And we just updated our clearance section to get you guys some discounts, so you can get up to 20% off products on our clearance section.
It doesn't matter what you buy. Anything that you buy from pegbrothersoffroad.com gets you automatically entered to win this Jeep. It's every $5 gets you 1 entry. There's no purchase necessary. See the rules on the website.
Remember when we were talking about not bringing Alex's Jeep to go get the Christmas tree?
It just hasn't been running very good.